Today we're going to mainly talk about how to spice up your meal prep, like how to spice up those meals so that you get more out of it without having to change the foods that work best for your body. So like we have, like I said, staples that we use in our meal plans, and
we still offer variety.
We offer variety, but we, especially when somebody's first starting out, I usually prep my clients, my brand new clients with, it's going to feel super strict because it takes some time to be able to see how those foods work with your body.
Just to establish a baseline. So
Exactly.
if we have everybody eating everything possible on the menu, or if it fits your mouth hole, that's what I like to call it, not macros. But that approach is not really the best results.
I mean, you want variety in everybody's, unfortunately our society is very, they live to eat. They don't eat to live necessarily. And so that becomes...
It makes it challenging finding something that's going to be sustainable, enjoyable. I mean, food, that's one of the things we all should still be able to enjoy doing every single day.
Yeah.
I look forward to my meals.
Yeah.
My meals are mostly the same every day, but like I still am able to cook them differently, add different spices, different sauces. That's what I feel like we need to really discuss.
Absolutely.
Today.
Absolutely. So, like chicken, fish, shrimp, steak, like that's the main proteins. So maybe we should start with like cooking techniques.
Yeah.
Like how do you typically, so let's start with chicken. How do you typically cook your chicken?
Well, I like it just quick.
Yeah.
I have the luxury though to be able to prep my meals right there at home and on the go. So I cook all my meals pretty fresh. I typically do like an air fryer just because it's quick, easy, or I would do like a stovetop, like on a skillet. Like a stir fry, and I use those sauces, really help with it too. So it's just finding a variety, something that's going to be quick, easy, it's going to work for you. I air fried the chicken though, and left it prep for the week, or prep for the next 3 days. This sits in the fridge overnight, is not going to be nearly as good the next day. It's just a fact.
Oh yeah. Well, and as soon as you microwave something, it dries out. Like that's what a microwave does, is it dries it out. So, a technique I use, and this sounds kind of silly, I guess, but I usually put a wet paper towel over anything that I microwave just to have some moisture contained into it. My chicken, and I'm big on, I use the Instant Pot.
Yeah.
Like that's, because chicken is the main staple in my plan. It is my go-to protein if I don't have anything else, and I like to cook a lot of it, keep it in the refrigerator, and microwave it as I need it. However, like when you grill it or you bake it or even just pan sear it, once you start to microwave, it just sucks the moisture right out, and then you're eating dry chicken. And so I cook mine, and I recommend this to a lot of my clients who are just like, I can't eat any more chicken. Like, get an Instant Pot. Or a crock pot will work, but an Instant Pot is so quick and easy. And pressure cook it. I usually put a little vinegar, white vinegar. You can use apple cider vinegar. I prefer the white vinegar, with some red pepper flakes. And
simple. And
I buy the huge packs of chicken breasts and trim off all the excess fat. Take
the time.
Yes.
The chicken
like
breast.
Don't set off your macros by taking in, because everything in the Instant Pot's going to absorb into this chicken. So that includes the fat. And I just pop it in the Instant Pot, 40 minutes on medium pressure, and then let it natural release. It just shreds. I let it sit and cook and just kind of stay warm while it's shredded, and kind of let those juices soak into it, and then I drain it. Then I can put it in a big Tupperware container, stick it in the refrigerator, and then I can pull out of it as I need it. But you got to make sure you drain it, because if it doesn't, it throws the weight off. But like that's like become my secret chicken recipe.
Oh yeah, I went through a phase where I was using the crock pot regularly, and that's when I was working uptown Charlotte as a fitness manager.
Yeah.
And you know how that schedule is. It's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
I'm in and out. Just have that midday break. So I would just have prep my meals for the morning, come back for lunch, and then have whatever's left. I got back late at night.
Yeah.
But it was just very easy. Just have it on that low, keep warm setting.
Yeah. And you can do it overnight. That's
Yeah.
the thing, is sometimes if I know that I need it for like the next day and I'm not going to have time to cook it, I'll prepare it that night and put it on the low crock pot setting in the Instant Pot, because Instant Pot is so versatile and it's easy to use. Put it on the low setting and I'll just let it cook all night. And it's ready by the time I wake up in the morning. And
it's passive, it's easy. You don't have to watch
you can
over
cook
it.
a lot of it at one time. And so me being that I have 3 kids and I'm a personal trainer and a lifestyle coach and pretty much a stay-at-home dad as well. Like, I'm on the go. I'm always pick my girls up from school, take them to school, take them to dance. Like, I'm always moving around. I don't have the luxury to always cook each meal. And so I have to cook in bulk. But I'm not one that preps all my individual meals and stacks them in the refrigerator either, because that's so time consuming. So I just grab Tupperware containers out, make my meal, warm it up in the microwave, wet paper towel, and keep that moisture in. And so
So with people without that luxury, let's say if they have to prep meals ahead of time, we have many clients that this is exactly what they have to do. Like Monday through Wednesday, they'll prep their meals Wednesday through Sunday. But what is the best way, what you would recommend for them, how they can still keep their meals fresh and palatable the next day?
yeah, so I mean the trick in keeping them as fresh as possible is you have to know like how long. It takes a little bit to get this, but you have to know how long it's going to take you to go through that.
Oh yeah,
that chicken, fish, shrimp, those proteins can start to spoil even in the refrigerator pretty quickly. And so I also have a vacuum sealer, and I'll vacuum seal if I cook more chicken than I think I'm going to eat.
that's the best thing to do with travel too.
Yes, I vacuum seal it because the less air, the less oxygen that can get to it, the better. So you want to use Tupperware containers and different meal prep containers that fill up when you put your meals in. Like, that is something that I think is underutilized. Like, people get these huge containers and they've got this much food in it, and then it's got all this oxygen and all this air that's in there, and it slowly just dries it out. It starts to spoil more quickly. And so I like to vacuum seal, and I usually vacuum seal. I have, probably 10 random meals that are just in my freezer in case I ever run into
an emergency
stash. And I'm just like, or, when we went out of town for dance competition, that was a lot of travel. And so they wouldn't have made it there. And so they were already frozen, stuck them all in there. I didn't have to put ice packs or anything like that. They were already frozen.
Yeah.
So by the time I get there, they're thawed out, and pop them in the microwave in the vacuum seal bag. Just poke a little hole in it, pop it in the microwave, and and then you just have to have some kind of container to dump it out into, or you can eat it right out of the bag.
Yeah, it's that fresh.
I mean, and it's really easy to do, and it's not that expensive, because you can buy, now if you buy the individual bags, it can get expensive. But the more the technology has come along with the vacuum sealers, the cheaper it's gotten ultimately. So that's, as far as spoiling, that's the way I go. But I know, a large pack of chicken breasts gonna last me probably about 2 days, because my wife eats on it too. And she eats some of that as well. So I know that's going to last me a couple days. So I know that I'm going to be cooking chicken every couple days. That's why I like the Instant Pot, because it's 40 minutes. And, by the time it slow releases, it's like an hour.
Yeah.
So in an hour, I can cook 2 days worth of chicken. And I didn't have to do anything more than dump some. The most laborious thing is cutting the excess fat off of it.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just dumping it all in the pot and closing it and hitting the button. That's it. And so that's like my go-to. Other other than that, like, is there any kind of cooking technique you use specifically for like fish or shrimp or
Fish, it's really about texture with me. You like fish.
yeah?
I'm not the biggest fan.
Okay. Okay.
So, salmon, when I'm deep into prep, I love salmon.
Yeah.
Just the extra fat with the extra flavor, right? But with salmon, even I cook on a skillet, and it has to be flaky on the outside.
Yeah. It almost can't be flaky as long as you don't overcook it.
Yeah.
As long as you don't overcook it. I cook a lot of mine. I buy the huge fillet, like the whole side of the salmon fillet, all at once, and I just spend the money on that, and I just bake it, and I just put some olive oil on it, and I use a seasoning put on it. Maybe that's a good segue to go into our next, seasonings.
That's huge, man. As much money as people spend on supplements, what's the biggest factor in someone's success is the food that you eat.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And so invest in like enjoying your food.
Yeah.
It's that simple. It's like if you're eating something that you don't enjoy, guess what? That's gonna disrupt your digestion.
Yep.
You're eating cold chicken and you're just like guzzling water just to get it down. That's not.
Yeah. Then that's okay in a pinch.
But you're really not going to get the best absorption out of that.
Yeah.
You're not salivating. You're not looking forward to a meal. I'd rather someone eat like a good grass-fed burger. It's going to go down a little bit easier. Now, can't always do that.
Of course.
But their body's probably going to get a better response from that than just eating dry chicken and rice.
And then, like, I get most of my clients on the Mrs. Dash seasonings because they have a huge variety of seasonings. And they're all no salt. And, there are some points in your plan that salt is probably okay in general. Most people oversalt. Like that's an important factor when you're taking in like
that's coming
regular
from a lot of the
eating.
Sauces.
Yeah.
Really with the high sodium. Like you really have to salt.
Well, then the amount of people, and now keep in mind we live in a town of a lot of unhealthy restaurants and a lot of people who, we live in rural North Carolina. Barbecue is huge here. Yeah. And so when people think of seasoning, salt and sugar is the base of everything. Like the most of the seasoning is salt and sugar. And I think people oversalt. And the sheer amount of people I see at restaurants that grab the salt shaker, like you've got a seasoned dish in front of you and they just all over it. It's crazy. And it's like if you need that much salt, which you don't, like something's either wrong with your palate or that's just a habit. It's just like a habitual thing. Do you think that's what it is?
It could be.
They just grew up, everybody just over salted everything.
Yeah, I mean, we went to a Baptist church our entire life. We always saw every Sunday was followed by everyone brought their casseroles.
Yeah.
And of course there would be the large salt shaker on every single table.
On every table. And it's like, I've never been like an after salter. Now my mom, like she is the lightest handed salter ever.
She could salt a little bit more actually.
Yeah, she probably could, yeah. But ultimately, like I grew up like not really having the taste for like heavy salt. And so, but there are some things that I like to use, if I cook a steak, like I like to have a good amount of salt on it, just to get the sear right. But, I try to keep it in check as well. I'm not trying, I'm trying to get enough, but not make it so salty that it's like, it tastes. Salt elevates the flavors. Salt isn't the flavor. And I think that people forget that is they want salt.
Well, they're used to it because it's just so concentrated in the sodium levels in the sauces that they're accustomed to. If you look at it, it's like that's where your sodium is really coming from, the sauces that you're using.
And so, like, how do you recommend to your clients, like, when you're transitioning them to a different kind of seasoning, not the sauces, but like different kinds of seasonings, like how they, because I mean, you see a huge reduction immediately in water weight just because they're not taking in that level of sodium.
Yeah.
Like, how do you transition them into that?
The same thing. I always gravitate towards Miss Dash, finding ways that you can just cut out the extra sodium that you're putting in. And,
Yeah.
and just really with a lot of those sauces, and we put on every single plan. These are the sauces that, are prep friendly, that additional things that you can add in your plan, optional of course, but don't go over these amounts.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, maybe we'll just go right into sauces. We keep kind of coming up with that.
Yeah,
So, I mean, we almost
difference.
can't help it, because that is really the game changer, is the sauces. And we just became affiliated with the Flavor Gang. So we have a promo code, and it's down in the comments. And you can take advantage of that and save yourself a little money on the sauces. But the Flavor Gang, and I didn't know anything about the Flavor Gang till you turned me on to that. And it is a total game changer when it comes to having to eat the same thing every day, because it gives the variety. You can cook with it, you can use it as a dipping sauce, you can mix your stuff up. And I eat my meals as a bowl of slop.
versatile.
Almost like I just mix it all together and down it. And so but making it makes it so palatable. So like maybe kind of go over like what your favorite sauces are from Flavor Gang. Yeah,
they're all good. But first, I can't say enough how much I just respect the company, the business owner. He's a professional bodybuilder himself. He just had his pro debut this past week.
No kidding.
So shout out to Ross. He placed top 10, I believe,
Awesome.
his pro debut. So
awesome.
yeah, he killed
Congrats,
it, man.
Ross.
Actually, when he went out on stage, the intro, it was like the sauce boss, Ross Flanagan. So I know he was he was ecstatic to hear that. But no, it's great. I just appreciate like he's a full-time bodybuilder, of course, pro bodybuilder. And he's put a lot of work into his Gaines Bakery Cafe, started as a restaurant, and then the sauces really took off. And he has other products on his website too. And the biggest selling one is actually his cream of rice, or bowl of Gaines.
Yeah,
That is a granulated rice product. And he has like brownie batter flavored. Peaches and cream flavored, strawberry candy. So if you like hot cereal, that's my favorite, like pre-workout meal. But that's been a game changer for me too. But shout out to him, man. He has a awesome business, awesome work ethic, great team, and I've not had any issues with getting my sauces in a timely manner.
Yeah. And they always, I mean, when they're in stock, it goes quick. Like, you got to get on there and get those sauces, because they're so popular, and there's like nothing in them. Like, you eat them and you're like, how does this taste good?
Yeah.
Because it's so good that it's like something you would use regularly anyway, but it's prep friendly. I couldn't believe it. Like, when you first told me about it,
too good to be true.
It is.
Literally.
It almost is. It's like when you first told me about it, I was like, you were like, oh, it's a game changer. And I was thinking, you showed me the bottle, and I looked at the nutrition facts. I was like, there's nothing in it. How can it possibly be that good? Totally is. Totally. The sriracha maple.
That's probably my favorite. I use it on everything.
Love the and I hate sriracha.
You hate sriracha?
I want to be on.
You were skeptic.
Hate sriracha. Like, by itself, I'll never eat it. Like, to me, it's just disgusting. But
yeah, you were very skeptical.
Whatever he does to put the maple, it is so good. I mean, I can put it on every meal, and the yummy sauce, of course.
If you like hibachi and like yum sauce, is perfect.
It's so good. Another one that's really like grown on me. When I first tried it, I was like, it wasn't my favorite. It didn't stand out. Was the mutant sauce.
Oh yeah, Nick Walker's.
Was at first I was like, it's not, because I started with the sweet poppy, which I love because I love mustard, and it's like a honey mustard, and that's my wife's favorite. Dana loves the sweet poppy. That's about the only one she'll eat, and she eats it on all her meals for lunch. And then I started using that mutant sauce, and she told me, she was like, I don't prefer that one more than the sweet poppy, but I think that I would if it was with steak. And so we made steak one night, and she used that as a sauce and was in love with it. And I'm telling you, putting it with some steak is there's no sauce to me that goes with a steak. And I'm talking, I'd put it up against A1.
Really?
No doubt.
Compliments it better than that.
It is a better steak sauce than A1 or Heinz 57 or something like that. And I'm not a person that likes sauce with my steak because I like, you know me, like I don't like sirloins that much. Like I like fillets. I like good quality premium cut steaks like that. If I'm gonna buy a steak, and I make all my own steaks. I don't buy steaks unless I go to a professional steakhouse. Just because I'm really like a snob about my steaks.
Yeah.
And so, because if you don't get my steak cooked right, I'm sending it back. Oh, I'm sending it back. And that's the only thing that I'll ever send back in a restaurant is a steak because it costs so much. But the mutant sauce, I think I'm going to offend the chefs next time I go.
I think it was intended to be like more of a chicken because it's Korean barbecue.
I beg to differ. I think that it's I like it with chicken too. I've gotten to where I like it. I like
because he has a steak sauce, the butcher sauce.
See, I hadn't tried the butcher sauce.
It's like herbal steak.
I'm telling you, man, the mutant sauce with steak is unbelievable. It's it's one of my favorites with steak, but it still doesn't beat the sriracha maple. Sriracha maple's got me.
Yeah,
it's got me. It's good on everything.
Everything.
Any day. Yeah, it's just got the best.
I really do. I have to say that my pro prep last year, it got me to going pro. It was just so easy because I had those sauces in my plan.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have the cravings. I never deviated from like April all the way through December. I look forward to that. And that's when I really discovered the brownie batter.
Yeah.
Cream of rice too. And I remember showing you and you're like, and Brooks,
I was
my trading partner,
that,
he's like, what is that?
I was like, that looks disgusting. And you were like, oh no.
Trust me.
Oh no. And I think we were driving somewhere.
Oh yeah.
And like I saw it and I was like, that looks gross. And you were like, oh no. And you opened the lid and I could smell it and it smelled like brownies. And I was like, yeah, I really want some of that. I really want some of that. Yeah.
And Brooks is a snob with his cream of rice. I will say that.
Yeah.
Because he was not going to leave the other brand that he was really religious about using. And I told him about Ross's brand, and now I'm seeing that he's using it.
Yeah.
His pre-workout now.
Yeah. And I mean, they've just got so much stuff. And then you told me that they have like a lot of different recipes for sauces. And so
yeah, he has multiple videos up.
Have you tried the Golden Dragon one yet?
I have. So it's like a
orange dragon is what it's called.
Yeah,
Golden
it's like
Dragon.
orange chicken.
Yeah.
So the way it says it even on the bottle.
That's the one that's on the way right now for me.
Oh yeah,
I got that one because I had to get another sweet poppy for Dana.
It's kind of nostalgic. It's like when you're in a mall, you have like those Asian bistros or whatever, and you get the orange chicken.
Yes,
it tastes just like that.
Okay, all right. I'm looking forward to it now because I ordered it because I was like, well, I like Chinese food. Like I'll hit a Chinese buffet real quick. And so I was like, well, let me, I just wanted to branch out. Every time I order, I try to order a different sauce just to kind of branch out. But they're all totally worth it. Like I said, check the comments, promo code FitFluentX, get you a discount. Totally worth it. The biggest game changer. And before we get off, I want to talk about one other game changer that you turned me on to. Coconut aminos.
Oh, yeah.
As a sauce.
Yeah.
I didn't even know
rice.
Anything. Yeah.
Anything with rice is like a good soy sauce alternative. Low sodium, like I said. You don't need these sauces that are crazy high in sodium. No. And all you really need with that is just a couple tablespoons, and
that's it.
That's more than enough, really.
And then you can make like a beautiful stir fry with it. It tastes so good. It's so close to a teriyaki sauce that I actually like it better than a teriyaki sauce because it's not so salty because it doesn't need the soy sauce in it. And so the last time I went and got, I went to a local restaurant here and, I walked in and I'm like, I can't eat anything in here right now because of my meal plan. So I just ordered like a chicken stir fry with no rice and no soy sauce. The waitress came over and she's like, "Did you say no soy sauce?" It's like, it's stir fry. Yes, I just need the chicken and the vegetables, just cook them. And then when the guy came out to bring me my food, he's like, "You sure you don't want any soy sauce?" Like, they couldn't believe it.
And you pulled that bottle out.
Hit it with some coconut aminos.
It's like that
Boom.
A1. I put that on everything.
Yeah, it is so good, man.
Yeah.
And I was like another game changer. So, when you're really looking to spice up your meal prep, it really comes down to some cooking techniques, but in general, there's not really it's really not. You don't need a lot of versatility in cooking.
You don't need to
techniques.
overcomplicate it.
No, just do whatever is easiest for you. I like the Instant Pot. Tom has a little more time to be able to make his meals. If you have that, definitely cook them fresh right then. I mean, that's definitely going to make them more palatable. If you prefer to bake it all, or you prefer to, I boil my shrimp, want to grill it, like however you want to do it, just make sure you're packaging it well, make sure you're storing it well. But the game changer when you're looking to spice up your meal prep, 100% comes from the flavor game. I mean, 100%. Like Mrs. Dash seasonings make a difference, right? But you can go heavy-handed because there's no sodium, and so you can just spice it up. That definitely helps. But the sauces,
And people may
difference.
complain, like, $13-15 a bottle. It may seem like a lot, but like I
You
said
don't need
before,
that much though.
it lasts me for at least a couple weeks, and I'm pretty. Like I said,
It lasts me
heavy-handed
longer
with
than
it.
that. Like Dana she's used the same. I just ordered a new Sweet Poppy. The one we still have some left is the one you gave me.
Oh yeah, that was thick.
And so we only use like 1 tablespoon per meal because
That's all you need.
it spreads out, and the flavor is so good that you don't need that much. And so, and especially after you've just started a plan and you spend a week, because everybody's always skeptical first, right? Everybody's like, "No, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this the right way," and they go in and they go plain food.
Yeah,
and
hardcore.
make it like a
I'm gonna
week,
boil all my chicken,
maybe
all the salt out of it.
maybe 2, and all of a sudden they're like craving. "Oh, I don't know why I'm craving all this weird." Did you buy the sauces? No. Why not? I'm like, why not? Because they were expensive.
But they'll spend $200 at a vitamin shop.
Well, not only that
GNC.
is you'll go eat fast food every day for every meal and spend $40 a day eating out, but you won't spend the money to get a sauce that'll last you probably the whole month. Or he has the 6-pack that you can get.
Yeah.
That's a great deal, and you can try them all and see which ones you like, because everybody has different tastes, and I'm sure that I'll get to one at some point that I'll be like, that one's not my favorite. But so far, I haven't gotten one that I didn't just absolutely love. And I ordered the Sweet Poppy and the orange dragon and the brownie batter. So I was like, I need some brownie batter in my life.
Yeah. Try it. So, link in the description below, guys. Check it out. Our promo code is FitFluentX, so that should be easy to remember. Anytime you order, put that in and save you some cash.
Yep, no doubt. And so let us know what your favorite upgrade on meal prep is. Like maybe you have a secret that we don't know that would be super helpful to us, or really helpful for our clients. And make sure you subscribe, and we will see you guys next time. Take it easy.
Peace.